So right now we're getting ready to go out and fire up the 1972 Plymouth Duster, 340, 4-speed. This is the very first Graveyard Dreams car.
What? Yeah, I love it. Nice car.
This car was originally a slant 6 car. Owner back in New York reached out to me and said, I want a 72 Duster like I had when I bought it brand new. He still had the original Monroney sticker that was in the window sticker, and we have duplicated his car from 1972. This is gonna be an epic reveal. So, I wanna compliment Justin for putting the car together. Excellent work.
Thank you.
You are responsible for, and we're still filming, so.
Don't it?
Yeah. Thank you.
Don't it?
No, I care about my health. So it doesn't matter.
Thank you, George.
You're welcome.
It's like,
Thank you,
like
friend.
romper room. It's like romper room.
Cheers.
Hey, you read about the ongoing cholesterol problem in the country?
What?
Fat. You just, I can actually hear you getting fatter. Okay, let's roll this thing out.
What's break time?
Yeah.
Can we finish our donut first?
God. Okay, so I want you to just man that side of it, look for anything weird, leaks, fuel leaks around the fuel filter.
Okay.
Doug, you're gonna run the distributor. We don't know exactly where it needs to be, so we'll just try starting it under its own power, then we may need to prime it, and then we may need to play with the ignition, so let's do that. All right.
All right.
Dang cold. Okay.
Contact?
Eh.
Hey, Mark, it's not firing.
Well, there's no fuel in it. I was just gonna crank it and let it build the fuel
Oh, I'm
up.
sorry. Stand back. Oh my God.
Oh, we got a leak.
Okay,
Yeah, we got a leak
all right.
right back here.
Go ahead and get your wrenches and tighten that down. But it sounded promising.
How does that happen?
Well, I don't know. It's a crazy thing. Where's he say it's leaking at? At the inlet?
Hit my arm, Kathleen.
Yes.
Okay, yep. Go ahead and give it a good reef. These things need a good reef on them. Okay. So I'll crank it over and you tell me if we're green light. Because it's probably gonna fire. Okay.
No primer fuel this time?
I don't think it needs it if it's
All
coming
right.
up that far.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Okay.
Advance it a little.
Well, hang on. Hold that choke for me. Look at that.
Wow.
You like that, Justin?
Sounds healthy.
What?
Sounds healthy.
What?
Oh, it sounds good.
Yeah.
Look at that. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Very nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good job. All right. Daddy like when a car starts. Okay, we can pull that baby back inside. They're coming over to do the windshield and the back glass. Okay.
Uh-huh. Okay with me.
Wiper motor should be here tomorrow. I tracked it. That's a good thing. I still got to do decals on it. Still got to do decals. Show these guys a dance move. Show them that one I showed you back in '83. Remember you take, it's the teapot. Remember? You don't remember you
Teapot.
your hands out like that, and I'm a little teapot, short and stout. And we did it at the mill camp. Was that you?
No. No.
Oh, that's right. I remember Doug at the mill camp. That's right. He did the Frankenstein, the zombie. Yeah, he did the zombie. Everybody's out busting a move. You know, it's discos, right? And people are twirling and stuff, and everybody's having fun. And Doug's in the middle of the dance floor. Well, Doug, you could move. Maybe it was a little more animated, but not much. All right, let's get this thing back in. Good job, gentlemen. Woo!
Please.
Oh, he's still going. He's still going.
I call this one the
Oh boy.
Right now, Alyssa and I are getting ready to do the final instructional decals on our 1972 Plymouth Duster. What engine?
340.
This is the very first Graveyard Dreams car, where you can call me up and you'd say, listen, I had a 1970 Dodge Challenger. It was a 440, it was a 4-speed, 4-barrel, not a 6-pack. I could build that car for you. This is one of those cars. This is the very first one. The guy had a 1972 Plymouth Duster. When he was 18 years old, he bought it brand new. He had been working at his uncle's gas station, saved up the money, and he custom ordered it. He still happened to have the Monroney sticker, the window sticker, from the car that he had before he sold it. So we duplicated the car based off of that Monroney. So this truly will be, when he comes out and sees it, a step back to 1972 for him. I'm going to let you do the quarter panel decals on this car. By yourself. Well, not completely by yourself. I'll give you a little bit of education. Oh yeah, you can do it.
Did you buy 2 sets of these?
Nope, only one set, and we have to have Mom because he's going to be here to get the car. So, first thing off the bat, we're going to do the ethylene glycol warning label. Okay, ethylene glycol warning label on this particular A body can go anywhere in this run right through here. A lot of times from the factory, they would hide the body numbers. That's why they were called hidden body numbers. So a lot of times they actually hide that. Okay, go ahead, and it goes right over here like that. Make sure it's covered, just like that. And then just go ahead and run your fingers across it. Beautiful. Awesome. Good job. Okay, this is the emission decal. This is going to end up right here. Line it up, and then start working it like this across. Because if you drop this side down and it locks down, you're going to get an air bubble in the middle. So you're going to want to just work it across like that and then drop this down as you go. Yep, just like that, and perfect. Awesome. Good job. All right, 2 decals down. Now we're done under the hood. Let's go open up the door and put in the tire information decal. For the dream weaving train. I think I could have been a singer.
I don't.
I think I have some of the basic chops. It's a little pitchy. I was a big Stones fan. I had every 8-track up to 1978 in a case in the back seat of my car. Very good. Now let's move to the trunk. Stop right there, and that. Now, so with that, we're ready for you to do your 340 decals on the quarter panels. You want to do the passenger side or the driver's side?
Passenger, because Jim will see it probably less, right? Because he gets in on the driver's side.
Very clever way to sidestep not doing a good job. Yeah, that's negative thinking. We don't do that here.
I wonder where I get that from, Dad.
All right, so here are our 340 decals. Is we're going to intersect it with this style line right here at the bottom.
Yeah.
And that style line right there. That's the way the factory did it forever and ever, amen. You take your time, make sure it's clean, get lots of the application gel in case something happens. If something peels back, you don't go berserk and start screaming and swatting your head like Rain Man did. So with that, we are able to take our car and do a final wipe down vacuum. The owner's going to be here. We're going to unveil it. This is the first Graveyard Motors car. He's going to walk in here and defecate.
I'm Jim DeLucci. I'm here to see the car for the first time. Mark had it a little over 3 years now, and the reveal is today, so I'm anxious to see the turnout.
Okay, here we go, Jimmy.
Okay.
Little Alyssa, little Willie won't. I'm actually really excited to have Jim come out here on pretty short notice, to be honest. Remember, this is the guy who called me up and said when I was 18 years old, I bought a brand new car. I still have the Monroney, and we were able to build an exact duplicate to that car. So I'm very excited to see him get out here and see his car because I have a feeling it's going to be an emotional time for him. Yes. 17 years old, you go into, what's the name of the dealership?
Mahoney Motors.
Mahoney Motors.
Southport Way in Yonkers.
In Yonkers, New York. Your mother's with you.
Correct.
So are you ready to go back to Yonkers, New York? 1972.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. First thing we're going to do is turn on the Show Car Pro wheel lights.
Oh.
Starting to see some detail under the car?
Yes.
Okay. Next thing we're going to do, turn on the park lamps.
Wow.
Headlamps.
Oh.
We're going to do house lights on 0. 3, 2, 1. House lights.
Wow.
it in, brother. Take it in. It's 1972.
Holy smokes.
Absolutely stunning. Look at that.
This is like 1972 all over.
It
again.
is,
I
it
mean,
is.
you
It's-
know, better than what, I mean.
Well, it might be a little better than
Yeah,
it was
you
in
did.
72, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Nobody will ever
No,
get
I'm
mad
saying
at
it's
me for
better.
making
No,
something
no,
better and
definitely.
nicer. We've got your Duster emblems.
Okay.
We've got your Krager 14-inch wheels that you put on within just a few weeks after you got the car.
Right.
And you retained the original Polyglass E70 14s. They are on there. We paid attention to detail. Your car did not, but you always wanted the 340 call out on
Correct.
the quarter panels. I
Correct.
remember you mentioning
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Let's walk around the backside. You'll notice
Paint
something
job,
else that
great.
you mentioned to me one time.
Like glass. Yes.
Do you remember mentioning that you wanted a Duster 340 on the back? Because originally you had 340 with just the Duster, right?
Right, yeah.
But this was an optional decal right here for the back end of the car. Those are the factory. The Accurate Exhaust built us a duplicate of the original 340 exhaust with tips.
Yes.
Take a look down the side. Did it ever look that good in
No, it's
1972?
like a mirror. No.
The showroom floor?
Did a great job painting.
Absolutely. I'm going to open the door and allow you to take a little peek inside here.
Just like a time capsule.
I mean, that should take you right back to 1972.
Well, I was looking at everything he did to it, and I couldn't believe how identical to when it was in '72. Even special touches he did for me that made it even more, special for me, today.
And of course, the Shark's Tooth
Shark Tooth
grill.
Yeah. This is like an old friend that you haven't seen in 30 years, and when you meet them, you pick up where you left off.
Yeah,
And the
like you
30
never
plus,
missed a minute.
I'll tell you what, it's like this never left, even though 30 years between. It's amazing. I mean,
I absolutely love it.
when Mark was taking me around the car, I was showing him, the way it used to be, and what he did to the car to make it more updated was better than it was in 1972. They all did a lot of work into the car, and I just can't even describe how I felt when I first seen it for the first time.
Jim, welcome back, my
Thank
friend,
you.
to 1972. You're going to have a lot of memories. You're going to flood our inboxes with
Did a great
pictures.
job painting. Nice meeting you too.
And the only thing that I can think would be better is it's a sunny day, would be for you to go for a ride.
Definitely.
You in?
I'm ready. Oh yeah.
Let's go for a ride. This is why I do what I do. Now, I'm not going to do the whole I'm the dream maker thing, although I am. In this case, this guy, 18 years old, buys the car, sells it 12 years later, and it's gone. The look on his face sitting behind the steering wheel of that car, that twin, I could see the emotion. I could see the memories rushing back. And that's why I do what I do. And this is the greatest example of being able to bring something back that was gone from their life. A lot of the cars that we do in here are part of their lives, but they're sitting in a field behind the house, they're sitting in a barn, fell down around it. But this guy hasn't been able to sit behind the wheel of this car for many, many years, and you can see it in him.
When I found about Mark doing restorations and bringing dead cars back to life, I said it was a no-brainer to do. If I was going to do it right. I don't do it at all, so I figured I might as well get this car rebuilt like the day it was born.
For the most part, a lot of people couldn't care less about it, but to him it means everything in the world, therefore it means everything in the world to me.
Of course, with my mom, this will be a rolling memory of her and her with me when I purchased it on my birthday, April 9th, '72, and I didn't forget how to drive a stick. I mean, it's been 30 years, and you don't forget that.
Boy, look at you go right to the neutral gate.
Oh.
You went right to the neutral gate, right out of your habit.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. It's 1972 all over. That's the classic. I don't know why a car guy will go to neutral every chance he gets. It's got to be the clutch. Jim is like a little kid driving this car down the road. Absolutely, it cracks me up. He was 18 years old again. That, to me, when you take that and you add up in total that, one, we were able to find a car, and two, we were able to build it like that. Three, he's still alive and healthy enough to enjoy it. I mean, it is a sentimental thing. It's a sentimental thing for anybody that has any kind of a heart at all.
Words are beyond the way I feel about the job they did. A phenomenal job that I think that this was the greatest choice I ever made of picking him to do it. And they were all fantastic to me, and you know, something I'll never forget. Felt like it's like a new family I met, you know, and I'll always keep in touch, pictures of the car and everything else.
Graveyard Motors, Graveyard Dreams. Very first time ever, we were able to buy the car, have it restored, and make his dreams come true. How much better does it get than that? Hello Ghouls, Mark Worman here, the Ice Tree from Graveyard Carz. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it, drop a comment down below, and subscribe to our channel. We have fantastic stuff coming up, and some of it you've never seen before. I gotta go insult people. Hey Alice!